Hello and welcome to another Innistrad Midnight Hunt draft. This is a premier draft, so it's a best of one, and we have a mythic rare I'm gonna pick just because I have only one of these and I of course want to collect every mythic rare in the set. Now that said, let's see what the card does. And by the I meant I want to collect all the mythic rares in 4 copies. So I want to have the full set completion by drafting these, which means that I will be rare draft mythic rares, but I won't be rare drafting regular rares because, well, they are easy to complete. Mythic rares are not. This thing is a 3 mana 2/3, and when it enters the battlefield, I get a 1/1 human. Oh, and I lose 1 life, and also no. Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, you can read it. It's a pretty decent thing. Of course, the point is to get to 12, exactly 13 life and get a 6/6 flying trample lifelink creature. It's a pretty good card, and I think I would first pick it from this pack, even though it wasn't necessary in terms of getting the mythic rares completed in the set, because this is a really good card. Because you get basically what you get is a 3 mana 2/3. When it enters the battlefield or another non-token, but okay, anyway, it enters as 2/3 plus a 1/1, and you lose 1 life, and then you can, give, for example, the token, lifelink, or any other humans you might have, and then you can maybe try to do something so that you are ending up at 13 life, and then if you can do that at 6 mana, you get a crazy card. But it's not that easy to get the 6/6. The version of the card, but it's still fine as a 3 mana 2/3 with the abilities it has. Here, there's no really a black card I care about picking. Defender Celestus I like quite a bit, but this thing, Geist Flame Reservoir, it's a bit slow card. But maybe, it's a 3 mana card that does nothing, but then again, okay, I'm taking it. The green uncommon would have been the other option there, but how are you gonna test the usefulness of this card if you don't ever pick and play it? This might be a bit too slow for what it does, but I wanna at least try it. Okay, so I could be a black and red deck here currently based on the first 2 picks, and I haven't eaten alive here, which is, a pretty decent removal spell, so I'm taking that. Dawn Heart Wardens I like quite a bit, and I also like the Mysterious Tome, but I just take the black removal now that I have picked black and red cards. Also, this pack has other black and red cards too, so who knows, maybe this color combination will be open, but I will take the black card for now, and then I have a foul play here. Pretty good. A creature with power 2 or less, that's very different from a creature with a mana value of 2 or less, because there are a bunch of cards, creature cards that even cost more than 2 mana and 1 mana that will still have 2 power. So I think it's a pretty good card because, well, you get a clue token, so you can actually draw a card at some point when you have 2 mana to sink for that sacrificing of the clue token. Anyway, this is the pick here. A Blade Stitched Scarp would be an okay card here. Not okay, very good option too, because I could just ignore the Geist Flame Reservoir and then just try to maybe draft blue and black, but I take the removal spell here, and I'm not necessarily red here, definitely not because of this card. I might still be green, black something else, but let's see what I'm getting here. Well, there's no black card, so I'm gonna take some non-black card here. I could take a red card. It would be the Famished Foragers over the Neonates Rush in this pack, although this thing does want me to play instant and sorceries, but I guess in the end this is more like a card for blue-red, although black can have a bunch of instant and sorceries. I already have actually 2 here, but is there something else I want to just pick? The white 3-drops are okay, but nothing amazing. The Angler is okay 2-drop. I don't know, I think I'll take the Sighting. I like it a lot, and I don't think I'm very married to this card. I could be black-green here, and there's a Duel for Dominance. Now that I picked the Shadow Beast Sighting, I think I'll take the Duel for Dominance, otherwise there are cards like Gale Drifter. I suppose the Foragers is still an option, But yes, let's take the green card, and I might just abandon the reservoir. I haven't gotten anything powerful green here. Sorry, powerful red here. So I think I'll continue this route. Another duel, but it's really, I mean, it does require you to have creatures. I like to have one, but maybe more than one is somehow maybe unnecessary even. I could take the behemoth, but it's a 5-drop. I will get those later. So dual bounding wolf behemoth. It's one of those black and green cards. I guess I'll still take the duel, but I'm not sure I really care about it that much. But it was maybe a fairly weak pack in the end. And alright, tapping at the window. I don't like it that much. Maybe I'll take the Dryad Revival. Return target card. It's a very slow card though. It's not great, but maybe I'll take it. It's an uncommon, so maybe that is. I mean, you get less opportunities to pick uncommons than commons. So let's try it. Maybe I will play it. It's easily cuttable though. Okay, eccentric farmer, turn the earth. I don't see any more black pass to my direction. There might be a problem, but there's not that great options. I like to join the dance a lot, but am I gonna move to green white now? I don't think. I'll just take the farmer. It's I suppose okay, and then it's fairly weak pack actually. Well, it's Big Ten, so I'm not expecting to see anything too strong. It's a best of one draft, so sideboarding isn't a thing here. I don't really care about any of these cards main deck. Maybe I'll take these if I find something I really want to splash. I mean, that's probably the most reasonable pick there, I guess. Rotten Reunion. Not sure if I want to main deck it. It's pretty okay against decks that have some graveyard stuff. And I might use the Decayed Zombie somehow. I don't like the Wolf, so let's take this one, whatever. And then Occultist, yeah, I can take an Occultist. Turn the Earth, I like it as a sideboard card, but in best of one, well, that's not a thing. And here, yeah, let's take the Bramble Armor. Jack-o'-lantern, also another card I can use if I want to splash for something. Alright, so this could be a black-green deck. Let's ignore the Geist Flame Reservoir for now. Does this pack have something I'm interested in? There's a white-black rare, but it's not that great. It's okay, definitely, but is it really something I want to splash? I have some means to splash, but I don't have like an Evolving Barge or something like that. So it's not that exciting actually. I might actually take the Ecstatic Awakener. I really like that card. Making it a 4/4 and drawing a card. Sacrificing either something. I mean, I could sacrifice a Novice Occultist, something like well, I suppose I don't have any Decayed Zombie productions so far, but I could have, and I can still sacrifice something, weak for it. It will trade into a card anyway. Alright, I take the Eaten Alive here. I think it's a fairly decent card. And now I might focus on, I mean, if I get a pack from this pack, either the Novice Occultist or the Hobbling Zombie, that would be good for the Eaten Alives. Because this makes the Decayed Zombie token when it dies, and this also, is basically a card that's designed to be sacrificed. So yeah, no green here really other than the Rejuvenator, and yep. Okay, let's take the removal. And here, well, I got options for black, definitely a reasonable amount of options. I actually like all the black cards for my deck now. Maybe not the Zeet Zombie, but then again, I do want to have 2-drops. But maybe I'll take the Occultist. It's something I can use to... It can participate in double blocking maybe, and I can jump block and draw a card. And I have 2 Eaten Alives, so it's kind of decent. Just to sacrifice for that. Hobbling Zombie might be my other choice from this pack, but I do like the Occultist now with the 2 Eaten Alives. Okay, now this is a good 2-drop. Oh wow. There's also... And also with the Novice Occultist, I do have the Ecstatic Awakener. Another reason to pick it, actually. Anyway, this is a decent 2-drop. And I would like the Ecstatic Awakener, and I would like to have the Evolving Wilds too. And then the Hobbling Zombie, Bounding Wolf, and Bat Whisperer are also cards you can play. They are not like that bad. So this has a lot of options for me. And the decision is, I think, between the 1-drop and the 2-drop. But I think I just like to have the 2-drop. Also a way to deal with the enchantments and artifacts in best of 1 when you don't have a sideboarding available for you. Maybe it makes sense. Alright, so now it's not so much of a decision. I mean, I have 2, but Howl of the Hunt and the Interloper, they are the cards I'm deciding between. So far, I haven't been that impressed with the Interloper. The inability to block can really hurt sometimes when the opponent has been carving out better than you. I think I'll take for now the Howl of the Hunt actually. I'm not a big fan of the Interloper. Maybe in Black-Red when you really care about dealing damage to the opponent and triggering stuff like Bat Whisperer, and there are a lot of other black and red cards that care about the opponent um, having been dealt damage that turn. But maybe in this kind of a green-black deck, the 2/1 flyer that can't block, even though it is very cheap at 2 mana, it's not necessarily the kind of card I'm that interested in here. Here I think I'll just take a creature, and I can take a 5 mana 5/5 here. Or with a 4 mana 4/2. Yeah. I don't have anything that costs more than a 4. And now I think in this kind of black-green deck, I'm definitely a grindy, a bit of a longer game deck. So a 3 mana 1/4 reach is going to be a good blocker, and then at night it becomes of course even better. It's also the only card for my colors, and the stuffed bear I consider unplayable. Too much mana to keep up for the ability to make it into a 4/4. So the Bird Admirer was anyway the card the only reasonable pick for me. But what I was maybe trying to say that it is a card I'm very happy to have in the deck. Here I'm very happy to take a Grizzly Goal, an excellent uncommon. It's exactly for my colors, so let's take it and move on. And here I like Duress in sideboard in best of 3. Now this is a best of 1 draft, so yeah, not gonna happen. I don't think this deck is good for the Blood Pact. I don't want to lose 2 life to draw 2 cards. I might be slightly on the defense here with this kind of a slow grindy deck, so I will take it, but it will go to the sideboard. And I will take another Novice Occultist. Now I can just pick anything else that cares about sacrificing creatures. Siege Zombie, well, it's a 2-drop, but I already have some 2-drops. I think I'll take the Tireless Hauler. I can take another 5-drop. And Bounding Wolf is like okay, nothing amazing, but nothing too bad either. I don't think I'm gonna play the tapping at the window. Alright, does this pack have something good? No, it does not. Very sad about this actually. It has no card I'm gonna be playing. I'm black-green, there's 1 green card, 1 black card. Both are cards I'm not gonna play. Return to Nature, not for best of 1. In best of 3, reasonable sideboard card. Blood Pact, I already picked 1, and I don't think I'm gonna even play the 1. I'm definitely not playing 2. So I'll take the rare because there's no card I'm gonna play. Is there any kind of splash? No, there's no even if I had the mana fixing, I'm not gonna splash anything here. I'll just take the rare. It's 20 gems I guess in the end when I open my packs. Right. Wow, what a disappointment. Look at this, another pack with the same features. I have already 1 Howl of the Hunt. I'm not playing 2. I am at 20 playable, so I guess I need to find only 3. It's pack 3, pick 2, so I don't really need to pick bad cards just because I need to find some playables. Burn the Accursed is sort of splashable, but really, I have some mana fixing, but it's not the card I'm willing to splash. I'll take the rare again for the same reasons as in the pack, in the pick 1. Let's please have some green and black good cards. Okay, thank you. And now I get how many? What is this? The Dreadhound, I like it quite a bit. It can cause so much life loss for the opponent, so it is way more than just a 6 mana 6/6, which would be like an okay in limited, but this is way more than that. It will cause a lot of life loss for the opponent. Anyway, there's a Stormkirk Blood Thief, it's also pretty decent. There's a good 2-drop. There's a 5-drop I like because the Graveyard Hate seems to be pretty relevant in this set. Also Silver Bolt, which I wouldn't mind having, but the Burly Breaker, I'm gonna take this. 5 mana 6/5 ward 1. At the night 8/7 for 5 mana ward 3. amazing card. Alright, I would like to take the Pestilent Wolf, but Olivia's Midnight Ambush is the card I'm taking here. So the first two picks in this pack were just, I mean, I redrafted because there was nothing I wanted to play. And then the picks 3 and 4 have had featured multiple cards I want to play. Now that's a good thing, of course, but it's just a funny observation how it sometimes goes. Anyway, I'll take the removal spell. So let's take it and move on. Another critical goal is probably the thing I want to have. There is a decent 2-drop, but I have some amount of them and this is really good. And I don't have like too many 4-drops. Actually, I don't have a lot of 4-drops at all. So it's an easy pick now. But I would like to have more 2-drops, and I get one. And now there's another Eaten Alive, which I would not mind having, but I also want to have presence on turn 2 in this format. So I'll take the 2-mana creature here. I actually have 24 cards, so I'm already going to cut something here. Do I have enough 3-drops? Yeah, I do. I don't think the Traveler is maybe, but it could be better than some. Okay, the Ride's Revival. Anyway, I'm not playing these. I have enough 5-drops. I don't think I'm taking the Horde here. Let's take the 3-drop. Who knows? Maybe it is something that will end up in the main deck. Holy's Procession. Yeah, let's take the Timberland Guide from this pack. And stuff I don't care about, so whatever. And same thing here. I'm not gonna play any of those. Well, there's if I want, at least I have 2-drops now. I have them, but I would have to also cut 4 cards now, so I'm probably not gonna play all the guides here at least. But the point is that I have now action on turn 2, which I have found to be pretty relevant in this format. I have some late game action with 3 5-drops, which are all, I mean, I like them all, and the 4-mana cards are pretty good too. I think I'm gonna cut the whole of the hunt, and even got a Pestilent Wolf. There's also Blade Brand, but I don't think I'm gonna feature Blade Brand in this deck. Whatever. So let's see. I have a bunch of black cards, but not a lot, and I don't have a lot of removal spells. I do have Foul Play, and I do have the Olivia's Midnight Ambush. Well, okay, I kind of forgot. I have also 2 Eaten Alives. Well, okay, I do have removal in the deck, no problem with that. And of course, a couple of Duel for Dominances, but I might cut one of them. Let's first see the sideboard here. So this is, let's see, black and green and colorless. So there's this, not gonna play that. Not gonna play this Whole of the Hunt. I still have one in the deck, might cut it. Yeah, these and the Bramble Armor. No, these won't be played. So I'm gonna just go to this mode, cut the lands for now, and I'm gonna play all my 4-drops. I'm gonna play all my 5-drops. I like this quite a bit. And then the Jeren actually cares about having humans. So now I have more time to read it. But wow, I know what it does, but so that you also maybe have time more to read it. So when it enters, it's gonna be a 3-mana 2/3 and 1/1 human token, and you lose 1 life. Well, I lose 1 life. That's what happens when I play it. And when another non-token human dies, okay, non-token human dies. Yeah, it makes a 1/1 token. So okay, so that basically comes back as 1/1 token, sort of. I lose 1 life, and then any human I have can gain lifelink if I pay 2 mana, and then it has, of course, the 13 life thing, which makes this card an amazing thing, because a 6/6 flying trample lifelink with even the ability that I can sacrifice other creatures to draw cards is going to be great. But I'm not going to count on that happening too often. But with the lifelink and the life loss this card has, tacked into it, you can maybe kind of try to craft scenarios where you actually end up being at 13 life. But point here is mostly that this cares about humans in a couple of ways, and I do want to have humans in the deck. Currently it's 15. That's a lot. Out of 19 creatures I have, 15 are humans. Well, I still have the Shadow Beast sighting, which is not a I mean, it's not a creature, but anyway, basically I have 20 creatures now, and 15 of them are humans. That's pretty good. So what are the 5 cards I'm gonna have? I have 2 Eternal Lives and 1 Ecstatic Awakener. All of these want me to sacrifice creatures. So I do like the Occultists, but do I want to play 3 of them? I could also just cut the Pestilent Wolf here. Although I like the Death Touch quite a bit. Okay, the Eccentric Farmer. I don't care about stuff in my graveyard. Yeah, this is easy cut. Yeah, that was an early pick in the draft. I actually forgot I had that in my deck. Not gonna play that. And then Dryad's Revival. It's just very slow. Now it can return any card, not just a permanent card. Sometimes the green cards of this kind only care about permanent cards, but not all. So it can return removal. But I don't. Maybe I mean 3 mana is so much. It's a very much of a loss of tempo. I'm going to cut it because I still have 3 more cards to cut. It will be one of them. Hall of the Hunt. No, it's not that bad actually, but how many wolves and werewolves I have? 2 wolves, 5 werewolves so far. So the untap scenario is not often that's relevant, but it's like a little bit of extra value for the card. But yep, 3 more cuts. I guess some of the 2-drops have to go, because currently if I count my creatures that cost 2 mana, there's 3, 4, 5, 8. Yeah, I think 6 is maybe the correct amount. So I will cut 1 Timberland Guide. I kind of want to have maybe the Death Toucher. Yeah. Maybe I will cut 1 of the Occultists in the end. So that leaves me with 1 more cut. Maybe I do play the Hall of the Hunt. Maybe the Duel for Dominance as 2 copies is not what I need in this deck. It is pretty good with my 5-drops. It's easy to fight something so that my own creature won't die with the 5-drops. Or with the 4 here, maybe. Yeah, I think I'm still gonna cut the Duel for Dominance. I like my other cards too much, maybe. And I like the Bounding Wolf mostly because I have a 1, 2, 3, 4 werewolves that care about, no, 5 actually with this, but maybe this is not such a high priority because it's just a 2/2 that turns into a 3/3. Well, it also gets the attack ability, but anyway, the point is that the other werewolves I have, they become a lot better when it's night. So 2/3 menace into 4/4 menace, that's a huge difference. A 6/5 ward 1 into 8/7 ward 3, that's a huge difference. And here a 4/5 vigilance versus 6/6 vigilance, that's also a big difference. So that's why I want to play this, because it allows me to play a spell without in the turn cycle without playing a spell on my own turn. So I can make it night by passing on my own turn, and then flash creatures and instant speed effects are good in that case. Anyway, that's the reason I want to play the Bounding Wolf. It's not that great otherwise. But then again, reach on this thing, it can just trade with some flyer sometimes too. And sometimes even, just straight up eat a 1 power flyer. Not that there are many in the format. Alright, so this is the deck. 16 creatures, 7 non-creatures. Pretty decent mana curve, as you can see here. And a bunch of removal. A trick here. Card power should be okay. But my previous best of 1 draft went 0-3. So my aim and my goal in this draft is to win at least 1 match. Let's see if that can happen. 11 black, 14 green. No mana fixing, so do I have a double cast test 1/5 drop? Yeah, well, these are actually double casters when you don't sacrifice a creature, but still I have more green than black, so I think I will play more forests in this deck. Okay, so 9 forests and 8 swamps. like so. Okay, that's a nice hand. I have 1 drop, and then a 2 drop, and then not a 3 drop, but still something to play on turn 3, regardless of what I'm drawing here. Also, the Timberland guide is okay with the Awakener because I can make it, I can give someone else the counter, so then it will be just a 1/1 creature I can eat with this and draw a card from it. So who knows, maybe I'll make this into a 2/2. I can't block because they can just activate it. Makes no sense here. They have 1 drop, 2 drop curve here too. So what does that mean? I think it means now this can get the Coven if they have a 2 or 4 power creature on turn 3. But let's see. If I'm playing the Timberland guy pre-combat and attacking with this guy, I mean, if I give the counter to this, they will block most likely. So I don't want to do that. I think I'm gonna attack for 1 and then play the Timberland guide here. If they block now, I don't care. That's a fine trade to me. But what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna give the counter to this guy. And then if they don't get the Coven, I will trade with the Sentry if they would attack with it. They have an Evolving Wilds. They can still play a 2 power creature, so they can get the Coven here easily. Let's see. Oh, they have a 3rd color. Well, let them have it then. Don't remove my Awakener. That is very unfair. Well, at least they weren't able to attack there. And let's play my 3 drop, which I happen to draw there. Next turn I can play 2 of my... Maybe I should attack with it. I actually should. If it dies, I get the token. Well, they are not gonna block. They are taking 1 for sure. But yeah, next turn I can play the Liberator and the Pestilent Wolf, and then maybe I can play this on turn 5 if I... Okay, they kill this. Well, they have the removal. Well, they still can't attack. Okay, so what's it gonna be? I'm attacking with both, I think. Play the Wolf and play the Liberator. I don't know what to do with the Timberland Guide for now. I just hope to maybe draw a land and I can play my 5 drop in that case. If they attack with this thing, well, let's see if they have a Coven. But if they don't, I can trade with the Wolf here. Okay, they choose that. They have a fight spell. Okay. They have a fight spell, but they used 4 mana to kill one of my creatures. I can live with that. They didn't even get the Coven counter for it. Okay, how to do this? Guess I'm gonna just trade with this guy, why not? Alright, I get my 5 drop here, that's good. They have only 3 cards now, so I might, if they don't have another removal piece, this 5/5 could be problematic for them. But they have the same burly breaker than I have in my deck. Alright. Well, I can attack for 5. And I can play a spell. I don't think I want to double spell now. Mostly because if they make 8, if they don't have a spell, if I draw something that costs 3 or fewer mana, I can double spell and make it a day again. Because this will be an 8/7 if they're going to be able to make it into a day. I mean, if they just pass without playing a spell, they don't need to do anything else than not play spells on their own turn. If they attack with this, I will definitely block with the Occultist, draw a card, no problem there. And they chose to leave it as a blocker, so think I'm going to attack with No, they can just eat the occultist, but I think it's fine. I want to draw my card. Now it can't now jump block if I attack with it, but I'd rather have a card here. I have a bunch of removal for it. Okay, this will be a 4/4 menace now. Do I want it to become a... I guess the 5/5 is still good enough. At that I'm going to actually double spell here. And who's gonna get the counter? I guess the 4/4. This guy is gonna get the counter. So now it's day again. This is just a 6/5, but it will only trade with the candlelit cavalry. And if they make knight again, the traveler will be a 5/5 menace, which I quite like. Unless they have a removal for it. Okay, it is knight now, so 5/5 menace. I still can't. I mean, if I attack with all, let's see if they. Now let's assume they have nothing. They block the 5/5. They block one of the 1/1s, and I lose them both. They will take 7. They will at 2. I take 11 myself on the next turn. So not really. I need to find a removal spell here. I have the exile stuff. 2 of them. I have Olivia's Midnight Hunt, which will be a -13 during night, and while it has ward 3, I guess it's okay. But they seem to have some kind of spell in the hand, so this is a kind of a standoff. I also have my own Burly Breaker / Dire Strain Demolisher in the deck, so maybe I can draw one. Because of course the only reason I'm not winning right now is that they have the 8/7. I have otherwise a superior board. Okay, this can kill my creatures. Well, Duel for Dominance. Well, it can't kill anymore. Oh wow. I can't actually get the Coven. I have 5 creatures, but only power of 1 and power of 5 present in here. So I don't get the counter, which maybe isn't that relevant here, but it's pretty annoying anyway. So this attacks, I don't have a reach guy. They will deal 4 and kill one of my 1/1s. Probably I just need to do this right now. If they have something, well then they have something and I lose the game or something like that. Okay, they didn't have anything that helps them at least. So they are red-green splashing for something white. I haven't seen the white splash yet. They have 1 card in their hand. So they have also drawn a lot of lands. Grizzly Goal. Okay then. Now this can be big. Has trample also. So yeah, I'm gonna attack with all now. They will eat the cavalry. They will eat one of the 1/1s because they can pump this into a 3/3. And I will have a 6/5 trampler. They will go to 2 here. And they don't have a lethal attack unless... Well, I mean, I can't block the wolf, for instance, with this thing anyway. It's a 6/5 now, like I said. And this has menace still, so this has to be blocked by 2. This has trample, it can't be jump blocked. So if they attack... okay. They had nothing. Oh, by the way, they have it... Of course, they had activation for the... Yeah, this is the reason they had They had the priority all the time with this. They might have just lands in their hand. Okay, so I have 2 5-drops and 1 2-drop, but no black mana for the Eaten Alive. I'm on the draw. I think I'm gonna mulligan this. Yeah, I don't need both of these 5-drops here. Oh, come on. Okay. I clicked keep when I was supposed to mulligan. Well, let's see if I can... Well, it seems I might be able to luck out here. I'll take the guide for now. I might find something else with 2 power I want to kill. Because now I'm just able to trade here, which is fine for me. Okay, immolation. Do they have other drop here? They have nothing. I'm not gonna allow them to deal damage to me and then trigger something, some vampire effect, so I'm gonna actually do this now. While they are almost tapped out. Next turn I can just draw a card if I want to. Another one of those. Okay, so I can draw a card now. Land won't be bad. Okay. But I'm gonna play this so I can make it into a 2-2 and maybe trade here. And of course with my 5 drops here, my accidental keep might just save me because the opponent is stuck at 2 lands. Yeah, pretty crazy stuff in the sense that if they went stuck at 2 it would be a lot better for me. I mean a lot better for them, of course. Okay, it is day now. Fine. Let's draw a land. Or that. I'm gonna actually do this because I don't mind drawing a card. If I don't draw a land, I can still play the goal as a 5-4. They choose not to block, which is fine because I can still use the Eaten Alive. But I don't think I want to do it quite yet. I could just play a 4-3 Trampler. I mean, this thing doesn't have to be any bigger than it is now. I guess I'll do it just for mana efficiency's sake, because if I draw a land I can play both of my 5 drops here. I might never have time for this Grizzly Goal. Is the opponent mono red or do they just draw mountains here? That's a pretty good one, but it's also something that will be killed by the Eaten Alive here. So this has no first strike unless they use mana for it. So I can attack with my 4-3. They can double block it though. But then I can use Duel for Dominance. It even gives me the counter actually now. Yeah. So I'm gonna make that happen. So yeah, if they double block with those, it's gonna be bad for them because I can give the Timberland guide. Gonna fight the Brimstone Vandal here. This will become a 3-3. So first the Coven happens. And then the fight happens. I'll have 2, 1 and 4 power here. So it will happen. The Coven will happen. I can also use the Occultist and kill the Harrier, but I think I'd rather have the Guide as a 3-3 here. And I will trample over a couple of damage points too, and then I can just play another Novice Occultist. Okay, they made it into a knight, which makes the Burly Breaker into an 8-7 Award 3. Pretty good stuff. I could also just kill this, but I can't do that and play the Burly Breaker because I drew a land. So yeah, sacrifice a creature, target this thing, sacrifice a Novice Occultist, draw a card. Oh, I will actually be double spelling here, which is not ideal in the sense that I would rather, of course, keep having knight here around. But it's still gonna be a 6-5. That died. That's fine. I will still have a 6-5 here. With Ward 1. Okay, Evolving Wilds. So that means they do have another color. Do I want to kill this thing? Then I can play the Hauler, attack for 9. Yeah, it's actually... Because this will trade with the Timberland Guide otherwise. But they might play something very big I want to kill with Eaten Alive. So I don't have to... Go for it. I guess I'm actually gonna do it like this. I'm gonna save my Eaten Alive just in case they have something very problematic, some kind of a bomb rare creature. Because this trade is gonna happen now. And they're at 4. So I even have the opportunity to play around the rat effects because I can make it into a knight by passing the turn. This will be an 8-7. But because they could have a burn the house down. That's what I'm thinking. If I play this thing and they have a burn the house down, they're gonna deal 5 damage to every creature. All of these guys would die. But if they have any kind of jump blocker, but I'm not really in that big of... Okay, I'm actually gonna be very super safe. I'm gonna make it into a knight. And I mean, I could have played this and probably won on the next turn, but I just want to play around burn the house down. This has Ward 3 and it has 8 toughness, so they are not going to be able to do anything and jump block with it. And it will be a knight now, so this will also be a 4-5 now that they did not double spell there. So I'm just attacking here now. See what happens. I could have killed it, but I didn't feel like it. They have only 2 cards. If they can kill this by playing some card, this gets +2/+0, of course. It's going to be... I mean, if they use all their cards to deal with this, they still will be in trouble. I won't play the wolf because that would be my second spell. It would be a day in that case. Okay, they have that thing, but it's not gonna help them. I finally even drew this one. Okay. Okay, I want to play with a pretty decent hand. 3 lands, both colors, 2 drops, removal. Yeah, this is exactly what you want to have. They have 1 drop, which I can be killing here. But I'm gonna play this just in case, because if they miss their play on turn 2, this will become a 3-3. They milled a trooper here, which is fine. Okay, and they missed the play, which means I have a 3-3 now. Pretty fantastic. And I guess I can allow them milling here. I'm gonna just play the Pestilent Wolf for now. It only becomes a 3-3 when they have 3 or more creature cards. So if they mill another creature card, well, they didn't. So I'm not in a hurry yet. Okay, well, that will mill some number of cards. They can return a land. So they have now 1, 2, 3 creatures. So I'm gonna kill the bonnet here. Death bonnet sprout, I mean. Okay. Yep, attack with this guy. If they double block, that would be the greatest. Now that they don't double block, I could still play the Grizzly Ghoul to have a mana efficient play. This becomes a 4-4 though. Sorry, a 3-3. But I guess I can kill it with a duel for dominance. Okay, fine. Let's play the forward mana drop here, just to be mana efficient here. Hope I don't get punished too much here. Basically, I want them to tap out, and they did tap out now. This is a very good card though. But let's see. I have somewhat good stuff going on myself. I can kill this with the Olivia's ambush, and this with dominance. Okay, they are thinking about what to keep. They look at top 3 cards, keep 1 in their hand, the rest go to graveyard. Okay, they were deciding between a Falcon, Abomination, Forest, and something else they kept. Now, if I double spell, it will become day, and this will become 2/2. But I think it's something I can live with. Because I want the Death Bonnet Hulk to die now, because otherwise it just keeps growing. They already have 1, 2, 3, 4 creatures there. It will get a +1/+1 counter each upkeep now by exiling creature cards. No, it says from a graveyard. I mean, I don't have anything in my graveyard, but if I do, they would also be able to exile from there. So I'm gonna kill this no matter what. And it's gonna happen with the Duel for Dominance. Now the good thing is that I have the Coven, so I will get a +1/+1 counter. I'm just figuring out how do I do it. I have one timeout, but I have to make a decision. I could just attack with all if I really want to. Maybe I don't attack with the wolf. I will attack with these guys and see what happens. Okay, so this thing doesn't have a trample. Yeah, I guess I'll let this trade happen. I'll just do this. Just do that and leave the Midnight Ambush there. Now it is night, so it's a -13, -13 currently, but I think I'd rather let this trade happen. It will not become a day now, because I only played one spell. So it's still going to be a -13, -13, which is pretty good. More of those, okay. Any flashback stuff, disturb stuff, they have a Shadow Beast sighting, okay. Okay then. That's fine too, I'm not gonna play any spells now. Human, I don't have humans here. Okay, so I can attack with both. I'll do that. Kill this thing. Wait a minute, it is day. I thought it was actually night. I'm glad it doesn't actually matter, but it would have been bad. Because they did double spell, so it became day. Anyway, this is still good. This is what I wanted to happen. I can kill those and my guy stays alive. I can even play this guy now. But yeah, I really thought it was night, but yeah, they did play 2 cards. No matter I didn't have any werewolves anymore. But it did affect what this did. But this time -2, -2 was the same as -13, -13. Okay, they consider. And that will be locked in the cemetery. Alright, fine. Anything else for 2 mana? They have the Bait-Hook Angler at least. It's just a 1/2. Okay, the Awakener can actually sacrifice the Grizzly Coal. That would be good stuff. It's gonna attack with the Jaren here. Don't think I wanna play the Grizzly Coal yet. I wanna have it happen when... Or maybe get some counters for it. I draw a card now and have a 4/4 here. But now the opponent has a lot of mana. So I might not be able to attack anymore if they have some big creature. That's just a 4/4 though. That doesn't help. It only trades with the Awoken Demon. And I can have a Grizzly Coal that will be a 6/5 Trampler now. if I attack with all, they can jump block the hook haunt drifter here. With this drifter and then eat my Jeren here. Not great for me. Not great, so I'm going to just attack with this guy. It's a demon, no longer a human, so I don't get any kind of lifelink stuff going on. They trade, die, and I will get a 6/5 Trampler now. But the opponent has 5 cards in the hand. I mean, it's not over. It's far from it. More of those. Okay, it can kill my Jeren now. Well, and this comes back as a 3/3 and me drawing a land. That's bad news, because currently the opponent is having more stuff than I am. I'm not even gonna afford the trade here because I need something else. Although they're gonna play another Shadow Beast sighting, they're gonna kill the Jeren here. They didn't kill the Jeren. What's the thing with that though? Well, I will see. Maybe they attack with the 1/2 flyer and I can use the Bounding Wolf here. Not gonna happen. I'm not gonna even play it because I wanna keep it as a surprise. Okay, this is good, but problem is they still have a good block here. How can I get myself to go to 13? Non-token human I control dies. Maybe I want this to die in the end. Fine. Let's do it. Hope they don't have anything here. Because they're gonna now... If I attack with all, they block this here, they jump that. Bam, bam, bam. They can't just take this, they have to block this with the whole drifter at least. Basically. I'm doing this here. They will double block. I will get my... It's not a human though, but I mean, I get rid of those guys. Fine, maybe it's okay. And now they need to draw some creatures here. Maybe I was supposed to attack with these, but I don't know if they are at like 2 life. Doesn't matter that much. They're gonna kill the Jeren now, right? About time. That's a third. I mean, they're gonna get milled. I mean, look at this deck. That's a third farmer they have in the game. They have only 6 cards left in their deck. Now they did get some of this stuff, but I mean, this thing is that thing has to loot when it attacks. It's something they don't want to do. Wow. I can just try to, you know. I mean, I could block the Archivist. So sorry, the Archive Haunt. But this is a mandatory trigger, so I don't mind if they... I mean, I can take an... I want them to draw cards here. That's the idea here. So I will play the Bounding Wolf later on here. Can they win me before they take out? That's a good question. That's just one power flyer. I mean, that's maybe a bit too many eccentric farmers they're playing here, unless they have a way to... And yeah, this has to draw a card when it becomes... Wow, this is actually funny. I actually want it to become a... So, whenever day becomes night or night becomes day, draw a card. It has to draw. So if I don't play the Novice Occultist here, they have to draw a card. Yeah, definitely. They draw a card. That's usually very good, but now, unless they have a way to shuffle the card from their graveyard back to their library, they will be losing here. Consider it's not really the... I mean, unless they have the way to shuffle, but they can draw an additional card here. They're gonna die very soon. That's gonna loot. Okay, let them draw and discard. And then the next card they draw will make them lose the game. I will play the wolf now, why not? Can block the haunt here. And now they need to somehow survive. They have an empty deck. Yes, they can draw even more cards. Pretty sweet. So the opponent self-milled them out. And they had a lot of those effects. Because as you can see, my deck has 21 cards left. There has 0 and they lost to drawing from empty library. That was a bit too many farmers, I think, and other that kind of stuff, that self-mill. Okay, on the play with the 2-drop, 3-drop, maybe 4-drop, if I draw any land. And I guess that's the good part about decks without any evolving wilds. All the lands will enter untapped. Cavity Trapper. They'll tap my guy. Oh, they chose not to tap. Alright, well, if they have something else, I don't care. Did they just take 2 damage for no reason? Or they have an instant speed effect? They do. That is okay, I'm gonna play my wolf. I'm not going to block this thing. No, I'm not gonna block it. I'll take 3 now. Well, that's a problem. Yeah, if I knew that's gonna happen, I would have blocked. I don't have a coven here, so I can't kill it without losing my own guy as well. So this will become a 3-3 now. Whatever. This doesn't give me the counter yet. Well, what I'm gonna do here is just what? I would want to attack with the young wolf, sorry, the bounding wolf, and hope they block, but of course they are not going to block. Because if they did, this would be a 6-5. That would be great, but if I attack and they don't block, what happens? I play the Grizzly Goal and trade with the Blood Thief. They might tap the goal though. I don't actually mind. I can try to raise them with the stuff I have here. I don't expect them to block. I'll play this now as a 4-3 and I can trade with the Blood Thief. And if they choose to use 2 mana to tap it, that's fine. But they have of course another removal. That's not fine, but then again if they have the stuff, then they have the stuff and I don't. I guess if I draw a swamp now, everything will be quite back to normal because this becomes a 4-4 and I can, with the swamp, use the additional cost, but of course that didn't happen. But I got the Tireless Hauler here anyway. So unless they have another removal here, this can block, it's still a 4-5, this can block this guy. And if they tap it, that's gonna use 2 mana, and then I can use the Duel for Dominance if it's tapped. If they have another actual removal spell, well then the Stormcake Bloodthief won this game, and that's just how it goes. Okay, so now I can kill it with the Duel for Dominance. Oh, I can't actually because I need to Coven for that. Well, I got my Coven. Good. Alright, so this thing has Vigilance. I'm gonna play this, but who gets the counter? Who gets the counter? Maybe the Bounding Wolf gets the counter. No, it can't get it. Because then I don't get the Coven if both of these has 4 toughness. So either the Holder gets the counter or the Timberland Guide itself. It's gonna get a counter anyway, so I think the Timberland, sorry, the Tireless Holder gets the counter. But I'm gonna give the counter to the Guide. Yeah. I don't mind trading with the Shady Traveler here. So they take 5 and they have only the Tapper now versus my board here. And if I at some point draw a Swamp, I can kill something maybe. I don't want to sacrifice the Guide for that necessarily. Okay, they have the Tappers here, so... Okay, and it's not night yet, but it will be soon. So let's first make them tap this guy. And then I won't be attacking into the 2-3, but this thing will be okay. I guess as long as I don't draw a forest, I'm happy about my draws. Because I will draw a spell I can play or a swamp. And swamp will allow me to use the Eaten Alive without sacrificing a creature. Of course, if I have to, I will play this and sacrifice the Timberland Guide. But so far, that's not necessary. Cathars, okay, that's fine. Well, that's a good one. So let's make them pass, tap, and then I can play my 5-5. If they don't have a spell to play, if they have a land in hand, it will become night and both my werewolves become bigger. That was exactly what happened. Eaten Alive. I still can only play it if I sacrifice the Timberland Guide. Now that's something I could do. They are gonna tap the 5-5. Because the problem is, of course, they can just kill the... They can double block the Candlelit Cavalry. And by the way, I did draw a forest. Like I said, if I draw a land, swamp is great draw. If I draw a non-land, I can cast all the spells in my deck because I don't have anything that costs more than 5. Or I don't think I have anything that costs... I guess I could have drawn another Eaten Alive too. Yeah, that's another spell that wouldn't have helped me. But the forest was literally the worst draw. So if I want to use this is a sorcery, so I can sacrifice my Guide to kill, I guess, the Clarion Cathars. They will take 5. Yeah, it's gonna have to be the move. I'm not happy about it. The forest is really annoying, but they can tap the 7/7, but they don't have blocks for these things. They have to jump block, and this even gets trample, by the way. So they actually will tap the trample guy now. That's what they're gonna do. Because the 7/7 they can jump block. They will take the 3 damage here. But they choose to tap the 7/7, so... Let's see. Maybe they have a spell. Oh, they just took it. Okay. No harm done. on the play, again with 2 drops and 3 lands. Well, it's a best of 1 event, so it's quite likely to get a 3-lander starting hand. First striker, okay. I'm gonna play the wolf first. Who knows if I want to give the counter to someone else with this guy. Trapper, okay. Okay, that actually means I'm going to play the Timberland Guide and give the counter to the wolf now, because the Ecstatic Awakener will try to eat the Timberland Guide here. Let's see if I can untap with it. Currently it seems it's the only play for my next turn. And it is. It can happen. It doesn't have to be a sorcery speed activation. So first, let's see if they're wanting to tap something. They did not tap anything. Okay then. So they have some kind of removal spell, but I'll still draw a card. I mean, that's not so. Yeah, that's okay. I still draw a card. No big deal, kinda. Yeah, and next turn I can play my 5-drop, one of them, and then on the following turn I will play the other one. Just don't play a discard 2 cards effect. That would be super annoying. They attacked with a trapper. Well, they must have a spell that costs. Okay, well, that's actually reasonable. They made it cost 1 cheaper. Anyway, I will attack with my 3/3 here, and I'm gonna play my 4/5 thing here because it has vigilance. On the other hand, this deals 1 more damage, and it's not gonna become a night anytime soon. So maybe I'll play this thing instead. It will also get trample if nothing else. They will tap it though, but that will, I mean, they only played a 2-mana spell here. If they play a 2-mana spell and then tap my 5/5, that's fine. Alright, so there's nothing instant speed I can do, so I'm just gonna go to combat. It won't get, I mean, it gets trample if I play this hauler, but it doesn't matter because they can just tap it. So now the thing is, if I attack, they can double block. But who cares? They lose 2 creatures. I mean, it's fine. I have a couple of Eaten Alives, which I can cast even without sacrificing creatures. The Unruly Mob, of course, becomes a 3/3 now, but I can just kill it. Play the Hauler now. And next turn I probably eat this thing alive, but just casting it for 5 mana. This is a very good spell. My deck doesn't even have any ways to make the, you know, the decayed zombies, and still this card is pretty good here. Now I could sacrifice this, but I don't really see the value in that. So pay the entire cost here, kill the mob here, exile it. They will tap one of my guys and the other one will be attacking here. And they will either take 4 or jump block. This has even vigilance, so it can still block. They did jump block. This is a first strike flyer, but it does cost 4. Okay, so so they attack with the 1/1. There is a creature in the format that says that destroy a creature that was dealt damage. They also can have some trigger happening when this deals combat damage. I think it's a worse thing if they have the deal if they have the first case. So if they have something that deals damage to a creature that was dealt damage. But now they actually had this thing. So maybe they had both, or they just decided to gamble a bit. Timberland guy. I'm not gonna, of course, lose the Eaten Alive here. But man, did they have them both? Or if I blocked it, was that just a bluff attack? Or did they have both there? I don't know. Anyway, now I have to discard. I guess I like the occultist like slightly more because it can draw me a card. Three, four. Let's. What do I do? I'm gonna just pay the full cost for this thing, exile this guy. And now they will go to 3 life. Let's see if they're gonna attack with this guy again. That means they had exactly the 2 different cards in their hand, which makes the attack good. Okay, that has defender, and they can exile it now. Well, they can't exile it anymore because it requires 3 mana. They have the Coven though. Destroy target creature with power 2 or less. That's pretty good because the tapper is a problem here. Okay. They still sadly have the Coven to exile this, but I don't think it matters too much. But yep, let's do this first. It has ward 1, which is okay. Sanctifier. Okay, but now they have the 5/5 Trampler to deal with. Do they want to use this ability? Can't stay away. Oh, they got this thing back. Okay then. And they can double block the 5/5. But they will lose both of those guys. It still is sad. Let's draw a card. Of course, a land. Well, I can just sacrifice this to draw a card. I think I will. I need cards. I need cards in here. They have the option to block with the 102, but I suppose it's fine. I get the card here. Let's get something good. Okay, so this is really good. Wow. Oh, sorry, cancel first. Let's see what this does. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt by the enchanted creature. Now, even though we are in combat, it doesn't. The fight damage is not combat damage. Combat damage is only the damage that happens when you know, creatures deal damage in combat damage step. Anyway, now I could kill one of these and make the candlelit cavalry survive. Or I can kill the tapper here. I have exactly the mana because these things have ward 1, but I have 3 mana here. Coven won't be happening. I feel like I want to trample. Wait a minute, I can't. This has trample. Okay, that was very easy decision then. I will win now. Because it will trample over 3. Sorry opponent. I didn't realize it will be actual lethals. Man, that feels like slow playing. But I didn't really realize it's gonna be trampling for lethal here. Because it did trigger, the Coven wasn't active at this point, but when combat happened, I mean triggered, the combat phase happened, the beginning of combat step started, I had the Coven happening and this got trample, and then only afterwards I lost my Coven. So I took the first strike blocker, of course. So yeah, I should have done that a lot faster because I had all the information available. I knew the opponent has nothing to deal with that. But maybe they understand that I just didn't realize it. I wasn't being let's say, a impolite person. Alright, so now I have forest with this hand, so I can play the Liberator. I have 2 5-drops, 2 black cards, I have no black sources, I'm on the draw, I'm gonna mulligan this hand. Keep 6. Well, the Awakener is great with the Occultist, and I think the Timberland Guide is the least useful one here. So I'm gonna play this Occultist and then these, and then on turn 3, this is all assuming the Awakener survives here. But if it does, I can eat this, draw a card, draw another card, and this becomes a 4/4. Just don't kill it. Okay, Pestilent Wolf is okay. I can kill it, but there's no reason to do that right now. No blocks. Okay, they have no play. Okay then. Attack with boats. Let's see what happens. Bounding Wolf. Well, I mean, this is not bad for me. I mean, whatever they block, it's not gonna be something I care. Don't they see the onboard trick? What the heck is going on? That's so good for me. What the? Opponent? Please. I thought they would be blocking the 1/2. But, I mean, I take that. That's a lot better for me. This is a really good card. It's not a sorcery speed activation. Okay, now they are in trouble. They are in trouble now. And I keep drawing pretty decent stuff here. Are they gonna block here? Okay, I'm gonna get the 5/4 Trampler here. Pretty decent. Wow. This does get Death Touch, but it will cost a lot of mana. And I can just use the foul play. So, yep. That's 4/4. I have the whole of the hunt here. I mean, this is just insane, right? Gonna use the whole of the hunt for whichever they're gonna block with the 4/4. Trample even 3 damage over here. And I just play, guess the Occultist now. I don't need to leave mana up for the foul play now, I don't think. They might have the uncommon that gives this +1/+1 and then it deals damage equal to its power to a creature. They can have a land activated Death Touch and all that, but yep, they didn't. Shadow Beast sighting. Okay, so I have a 7/6 here though. So if I attack with this, I will just lose it to draw a card. It might make sense. I think I'm gonna kill this Pestilent Wolf now that they are tapped out, and then I will attack with everyone. They will take 8 damage because they most likely will block the 4/4 here, right? If they eat the 1/2, they take 11 damage here, and I draw a card still. It's not great for them. And then this thing has menace, so that's gonna be another thing they can't block with the Amalgam here, or Loan. Well, they had the luck. That is the best card they could have had for this position, but they need another blocker, which they do have. That's a good one, though. I have only 6 mana, so I can't even... If I sacrifice the Clue and I don't draw land, I can only play the Bounding Wolf. So I think the play here is gonna be the Candlelit Cavalry, but let's see if I attack with all, what's going to happen. If they want to kill the Shady Traveler, they have to double... No, they can't do that. Then they will die. So they won't... This will be going through. And this... They can double block this guy. I will kill the Bird Admirer. I think it's fine. So let's do it. They take 3 and kill the... I mean, I trade the Demon with the Admirer here. They have the option to do, of course, these two, which means that nothing dies and they take still 2 here. Okay, so I think I want to have the 5/5 around, so let's do that. Okay, is that the best thing they can do? 2 mana 1/2 with 3 mana up. Okay, I'm gonna draw a card first because I can do it pretty freely now. Don't have use for all this mana. And there's a Liberator, which will actually kill the locked in cemetery, which is pretty sweet. This thing will get trampled if it matters. So let's see. I think I just want to attack with everything again. Okay. That's still not gonna die there. It's only 4 damage they're dealing to it. So they're taking 3 currently. This is not the blocks they can make. They're dying here. 1 plus 2 is 3. So they don't have really good blocks here. That deals with the 5 power trampler. Okay, but they still have a bunch of other things to deal with. That just, bounces there and they still are losing and they will have to jump. This has menace. They can't block it with just one guy. So, not gonna work. Not gonna work. Well, they have a couple of timeouts. They have time to think about it. Okay. So that seems to be their decision. This will just not harm others. This also just bounce off each other, and this will, and they will take 2. They will be at 1, and I can kill one of these guys. Do I want to kill the 1/4 or the 3/2? I will play both the Bounding Wolf and the Outland Liberator here, though. Although I can just play this and use this, but I don't think I want to do it like that. Even if they have a land drop, they can't play these sightings because they are at 5, this requires 7. Kind of feel like the Admirer is the bigger problem here. Maybe I'll kill that. Yep, I'll do it like that. And I have the choice to either kill the locked in the cemetery by sacrificing this, or just playing the Bounding Wolf. Let's see what they do. Or do they just pass? Can't be blocked. Okay. It's just a 1/1 now. That's a very good card, but not like right now. So there's a 7/6 Trampler. They have triple green. Can they deal with the 7/6 Trampler? Don't think they can. This will get the Coven trigger, so it will be 12 damage anyway for each trample. This has minis. Yeah, okay. That's gonna be the case. Let's kill the locked in the cemetery, right? This thing exactly. Not play the Bounding Wolf. And Coven will trigger. That's 12 power of trample. They will lose to this attack. Yep. Okay, am I at 6-0? Wait a minute. I'm at 1 step from tier 1, and I'm at 6-0 here. Okay, so if I win now, I not only get the exactly perfect result of 7-0, and I also get to rank 2 tiers because I started with tier 3. I went to tier 2 here, and if I win now, I'm gonna finish at tier 1. Not to mention the fact that my previous Premier draft was 0 wins, 3 losses. It would be pretty funny if this was 0 losses and 7 wins. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just try to win the match first. Okay. Well, I have the Awakener into Occultist. Even though I don't have the green mana, I can do all this if they can't kill this. So I'm gonna keep this hand. Now that was a bad draw, because if I draw a land, I'd really want at this point a land to be a forest. So let's hope I won't be drawing any more swamps at least. Consider found a Whale Drifter which they were able to mill. It's gonna be okay. Another blue-green deck. Wow, what? Why? Why? Do they have something? A flash creature? For nah, I don't remember there being any flash creatures. Okay, so I kept 2 swamp. No, 3 swamp hand, and I drew my first 2 draw steps were more swamps. That's horrible. That's really horrible. Okay, now I got the green. So I'm gonna attack with both because I'm gonna, no matter what, I'm gonna use the Awakener. They're gonna block the Occultist here, and I'm gonna eat it anyway. So it was kind of a free attack. Swamp. Fine. I at least got one of the forests, so that's good enough, I suppose. So next turn, I think it's gonna be the Shady Traveler. They can double block these, but it gonna cost both of those guys, so I don't actually care about it. It's a 2-for-1 for me, but they do of course get a card here. Do they get? No, they only put lands on the graveyard, so they didn't get any other D-step creatures there. Are they gonna attack with the flyer and try to raise me? They are. They don't want to double block or risk me having a trick of some kind. Well, I don't have anything. I have mostly land here, but I still have a couple of playable spells. Yeah, I really like the ecstatic thing, because 4/4 is a fairly reasonable size for a creature in limited. So it's gonna deal a bunch of damage here. Hodor is not gonna attack. Okay then. Is that gonna attack? No, yes it is. So let's see what they have now. Nothing. So well, of course that does mean they have some kind of an instant speed action going on. There's nothing really for me to do. I mean, all these are creatures with no flash, so I should just see what's gonna happen if I try to attack. Well, I mean, they didn't play a spell, so this is a 4/4 menace, so I'm pretty happy about that. So let's attack with both and see what they have. Nebelgast Intruder. Okay. They can block that. I can kill I guess the Organ Hoarder. Yep. Let's kill the 3/2 instead, because, oh, do they have more? Wow. Okay, well, that was a good one with them. I mean, yeah, now I'm in trouble, actually. But I'm not dead, but it is an issue that they did that. They played 2 spells, but the day-night cycle only cares about the active players playing spells, which means the player whose turn it is. So it didn't become day, even though they double spelled on my turn. So this is a 6/6 vigilance creature still. So of course these Decayed Zombies are not relevant currently. So they only have 2/2 flyer, 2/1 flyer, and 3/2 ground guy. They still attack with one of these things, okay. But the Bird Admirer is good, you know, it can block the main reason I killed the 3/2 and not the flyer was that I have the Bird Admirer, which can kill not at least block their flyers. So that's the reason. But of course they had the Startle, so it never even mattered because I wasn't gonna kill anyone. Okay, they have a Mythic Barrier Bomb here. That's understandable that they have something very good there. I'm gonna lose to this thing, of course. But I will try my best, so I'm gonna attack with all. It's all I can do. Play the Bird Admirer and then the Bounding Wolf end of comp. So this thing works so that it makes this kind of a ooze token every turn, and that's just gonna be insane, obviously. So they can double block that. They lose both of those. This is a jump block. Not much I can do about it. That happens, but they will continue getting those ooze tokens. So this is just, you know, a mythic rare will win them the game. This is a werewolf, but I don't want a double spell, so I'm gonna play the flash creature on their turn. But it's just, I mean, they're gonna get the free token every turn. So that kind of messed up my plan of. I had a very good, I mean, I had a very good stuff going on here, but they had the consuming blob here, and apparently they have some instant beat effect here, because they didn't play the 2/2 or anything else. So okay, they can counter that. Okay then. Well, I mean, there's not really much else to do for me except that I can't even attack with the wings rudder though. I mean, I just need a removal for this. I think I still could win if I had one of my removal spells, and I don't have just a few. I have actually more than one. Two things at exile. I have the fight spell. Well, I guess that's pretty much it. But yeah, anyway, let's attack with... If I attack with this thing, they can double block it with these. I don't even get to kill. So I suppose I do that. Don't think they're gonna take 4 though, so I'm gonna... The 2 creatures will die here, and this is gonna be a 6/5 now. Unless they have another counter spell. Well, okay, fuck. Sorry about that, but I mean the consuming blob is gonna win them the game. They get the free 3/4 every turn. It's just whatever. I lost to Mythic Rare, that happens. I didn't get this sweet 7-0 result, but of course price-wise it doesn't matter if you are 7-1, 7-0, 7-2. I hope to win one of the next 2 games. Well, Arena is making it hard. If this hand had one of the lands was a forest, I would have a Pestilent Wolf, Timberland Guide, even the Wolf of Dominance that I could potentially play here, and with one land draw, I could play this and this, so all my hand would be playable. Now I would need specifically a forest, and if I draw any land, well, I mean a swamp, I can only cast a Jaren. I'm on the draw here. I think it's a mulligan. Okay, that's fine. I can lose the swamp here. So I have the occultist in the Hall of the Hunt. Silver Bolt, alright. Well, I can trade with this guy profitably. Three colors. Okay then. If I attack, they are not going to block. Maybe they are. And if they are not gonna... I mean, if in that case, I think I'm gonna kill the Angler, although they can play it as a 2 mana. I have to do it, if I want to use this, I have to do it now, because they can respond with this, so I can't let them untap. I didn't really want to play the Hall of the Hunt there. I guess I could have. Fine. Let's just draw a card here. Well, the Liberator kind of forces them to use the Silver Bolt before it can become a knight and all that. Well, I don't know. They have that. They chose to attack with the Decayed Zombie, so they don't really have a use for it. Fine. So now I can trade with the Infiltrator, and if they choose to... They can of course use 3 mana to kill this guy. but okay, consider fine. The next turn I will have this thing, and this is no werewolf, so the silver bolt won't be killing it. Me having mana up for the whole of the hunt doesn't matter because silver bolt will kill any werewolf, and this is a werewolf, so that's not relevant. But if they are going to attack with the infiltrator, of course I will block and trade, and if they have some kind of trick, I can then respond by sacrificing this and killing the silver bolt. So I think I'm gonna take only 2 here from the Falcon Abomination, or they are really just offering the trade, which is fine for me. They can do that too, which is fine. I mean, now they can attack for 5. But I have a 5/5 here coming up. If they can't deal with it, the Falcon Abomination will still be a problem, but I guess I just drew a reach guy, which I can also, you know, make it into a 5/4, so I can block this and survive. But let's now first see if they have an answer for this thing. The thing that prevents from untapping requires 5 cards in the graveyard for it to... Okay, they actually, yeah, it became a night here. I did realize it actually, just a bit too late. Eaten alive, okay then. Well, they double spelled, so this is no longer a 4/4. Not that it matters too much. Now I have to go for Bounding Wolf and Hall of the Hunt. And I don't want it to become a night for this guy. So I'm gonna play it now on my turn. And then I hope they don't have any instant speed interaction or sorcery speed removal for the Bounding Wolf. I will still survive if they don't, but if they do, well, I mean, I can't beat the flyers, I can't raise them in the ground. That's just how it goes. I don't know what the green in their deck is though, I haven't seen anything green here. They play something pre-combat, that's a bad sign I think. Okay, they played nothing now. So those 2/2s attack, not the 1/2, that's a good sign. Do this, and do this. Okay, I get the free kill I suppose. I'm still at 6 only, it's not that great. Immolation, alright, well... And an Organ Hoarder, this is such a good common, yeah. And they have this thing, oh man. Yeah, can't beat with the land I drew. They have 3 powers in the air, 2 turn clock. Even if I kill the Abomination, this is not gonna end well when they had the card in the graveyard from the Organ whatever thing. So let's, I mean, I guess I can go 6-0 into 6-3, but 6 wins is still, of course, a very good result. But it is really disappointing to go a 6-0 start and have 3 losses in a row, of course. So I'd rather have finishing this event with 7 wins, but let's see if that can happen. And can I be on the play with a decent starting hand? That would be nice. I'm not on the play. Okay. Can I have a decent starting hand? No. I can't. I cannot. If I had a forest and swamp here, that would be obviously a very decent hand, because I would assume to draw, I mean, you more often than not draw the 3rd land in 3 doorsteps. So that would be fine. And with 3 lands, this hand operates very nicely. Now, if I don't draw the swamp, and I need to specifically draw the swamp, that's gonna be bad. Now, I'd still have the Timberland Guide, Hall of the Hunt if I draw any land, even a forest, and then the duel for dominance probably when this piece of 4/4 can kill something. So I'm gonna keep it, but because mulliganing is always that bad. Alright, well, I drew the swamp right away, so no, I don't have to worry about the bad starting hand because I drew the card I absolutely needed, and now I can have a good game of Magic, hopefully. They don't have a 2-drop. Okay, so I can have a 2-drop here. Let's see if they have an instant. But they can still have the 3/1. That's an instant Sorry, a flash creature. Yeah, it seems like they have something, so probably, unless it's a pump spell of some kind. They have the 3/1 maybe? No, they did not. They still don't play anything. Don't know what's going on, but I will attack for 2. I have the whole of the hunt here if they have some nasty business. And if they don't, I have the Shady Traveler here. So it's looking good unless they have like a rat effect, which I guess they could. There's a white rat. It costs 8 mana, but it costs 1 cheaper. It's a 1 mana cheaper for each creature on the battlefield. So if they have that, it's going to be sad. A 4/4, huh? Okay then. This has minis. I don't have a double swamp here. Because if I did, I could just play this and sacrifice it to kill this and attack for 4. Now I'm only going to attack for 2 with the menace guy. I could even make it become a knight here actually, but with only one swamp available, I do want to play the occultist, so I have the option to use this on the next turn. Even if I don't draw a swamp. And I still have the duel for dominance if they have something very small. It doesn't have the coven because I have a 2/2 and 1, not 3 different powers. That's only a 1/4. That I don't have to care about. But they have something here. I can still exile it. Well, I think I'm gonna exile the 4/4 in that case. If I'm gonna exile something, probably. Well, I drew the swamp, so I can now exile something without sacrificing a creature, but I kind of feel like the candle-lit cavalry is what I want to do here now, especially because they have mana open here. Let's play this and not attack with anything. The menace guy can't attack no more. And now with the 5 power creature, I do have the coven, available when I choose to play the whole of the hunt. Of course, I do want them to. Now they could have their own duel for dominance, I suppose. I don't know. Let's see what happens. They can have some way to deal with this guy. Soon they're gonna have the other 4/4 happen. Tireless Hunter. Okay, they still have one. What 1 mana? Okay, Silverbolt. Okay, that is not going to kill the candlelit cavalry though. So I think this is going to be pretty okay now. How do I do this? I can play all my spells if I sacrifice the occultist. That's a thing. So I can kill the Tireless Hunter, use the haunt. Let's do that. Oh, one mistake I made is that I no longer have the coven here. Well, that was a mistake, but is it like a... How crucial of a mistake it is? I think I can do this. Oh, no, I don't have the common. Unless I have the, yeah, I kind of do. So, okay, let's attack with all and see how they block. I don't think they're going to block the Timberland Guide with the 4/4. That's the thing I don't want them to do. But if they do, I still don't have like a too bad time here. So, I'm killing this guy for sure. Can make it into 7/7 and... Because, oh yeah, I can actually kill all, right? This is a werewolf, so it will be killed by the silver bolt. I shouldn't boost that in any way. I can also let this happen and play a big grizzly goal. It would be what, 7/6 because I already no, it would be no. This one creature was exiled, so but yeah, 3 has died. So this would be a 7/6 if I don't do the. But I will lose this because what I can do here is I can use the whole of the hunt on the Timberland Guide and then do it for dominance. Timberland Guide kills the Bird Admirer. Yeah, I like that. I like that. It will get even the counter now. Yeah, this must be good. I mean, look at my board here. 5/5/5/5/2/3 menace, which they can kill with the bolt, but it's got 3 mana thing. And then I still have the grizzly goal, which will most likely be bigger than a 4/3. Holy okay then. That happened. That's the 6 drop they had. Well, I had this card in 2 of my previous drafts, so I maybe shouldn't be too annoyed by it, but I literally was going to win against any non-rare card, non-mythic rare card. There was not that much they can do with commons and uncommons with 6 mana available. Now they will eat one of my guys for free. I'm just figuring out which one of these. I also have only... because this will get... I mean, this is my last time out here. So if I attack with all... one of my guys will just die. Tovolar is just insane kind. Whatever. Okay. This is a werewolf, so this will kill it. Even though it costs a bit extra. But yeah. I mean... okay, they choose to actually take here that much damage. Well, I will have a 7/6 trampler now. Maybe that's something. But Tovolar. What a card. So I went to 6-0 and I lose 2 games to rares. If assuming I'm lose, I still can win this. I do understand that. But if I lose this game, I lose it because they had Tovolar there. So they had another one of those. I'm at not at 13. This is a human though. I can gain life if I want to. Guess I can make them use 4 mana to kill this. Because it's 3+ ward cost. 7/6 is... freaking heck. They can just double block. Okay, fine, whatever. I mean, this makes a 1/1 human token too, but how can I go to 13 life? I mean, they're gonna drop land, and yeah, I'm gonna do this because I need this. I need them to use the silver bolt here, and I just need a kill spell on the Tovolar. That's all I need. I have 1 Eaten Alive in the deck. I think that's it though. Don't have any more duel for dominance because I did cut 1 from the deck. But yeah, what I was saying. Now if I attack with this, they block with the 2/2 and 4/4, and they will get 1 damage trampled over to them. I mean, I guess that's fine. Maybe that is fine. It's just that it has trample, so it's extremely good if I get to. But now, whatever. Let's trample over 1 damage. I don't know why did I play Burly Breaker pre-combat that made zero sense now that I chose to attack anyway. Oh, if they have they have a trick. Yeah, fine. Okay, so I went to 6-0 and lost 3 games, 2 of which was from rares. Yep. Best of 1 magic can be hard. I mean, I actually did a good job of winning with just commons and uncommons, 6 matches in a row. But then I'm facing something. Opponent played for 6 mana a creature that is a lot better than any common and uncommon can have. Now they can kill the Burly Breaker because the Silver Bolt kills anything that's a werewolf. They only pay 1 extra, so it costs 4 mana to them. And then, now that they had the Might of the Old Ways, they still have Tovolar here. So unless I specifically draw the 1 last removal spell in my deck, and even if I do, it actually doesn't help. Problem here is, they have this 4/4 coming up, and they have a double block on the Timberland Guide. I can try to make this into a 13/13. That's the thing I can try to do. Well, it's now gonna get them more stuff, so... That's a beast, it's not a werewolf, so... Oh, I'm not gonna lose to Tovolar here, it's not... I mean, if they are going to attack, I'll go to... 11, yeah, it's very hard to try to deal with this thing. Do they have a removal there? Okay, then how do I get myself to go to 13? Because that's the way to win here still. That costs 4 mana, so I need to find a kill spell on Tovolar right on the next draw step, because otherwise the Dice Train thing is going to kill me. So I need a removal spell right now. Okay. That's enough for this event. 6 wins is still very good, especially after 03, I mean my previous event, but sometimes it can be pretty annoying to lose to rares. The Ooze in the game number 7 and then this Tovolar in game number 9. Okay, whatever. My deck was actually pretty good considering it didn't even have that many rares. It has the mythic rare 3-drop, but it's not really, you know, that great because the 13 life is very hard to trigger. Well, not trigger, but have exactly that. Especially when the opponent knows about it, they will play in a way that it's very hard to go to 13 life. So I think for a deck with mostly commons and uncommons, actually the performance was pretty good. Kinda like the deck in that sense. Anyway, I think the next video will be a sealed event. So it will be a traditional sealed. We have it somewhere here, I think. Yep. And that will be the next video. And thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.